Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I will show you how to create professional animated videos using just PowerPoint. And just to note, this is my first YouTube video, so please pardon any issues you might have with my presentation. So most times when we hear the word PowerPoint, the first thing that comes to mind is usually preparing presentation slides. But there's so much more you can achieve with PowerPoints. So in the next few seconds, I will show you what we will achieve in this tutorial. Alright guys, so to get started with this tutorial, I have opened a blank presentation slide, which is where we'll carry out all the animations in this tutorial. So from time to time, I'll be switching to other presentation slides which I have opened. So one of them is this, where I have all the assets which I used for the animation. So you can see phone screens, logos, and all of that here. Okay, so I also have another presentation slide, which is where I did the actual animation that I put together to create the video that you saw earlier. So what I will do right now, I'll just play this animation so we can see what we are trying to achieve in this video. And just to note, I have 6 presentation slides in total here. So I've broken down the entire tutorial into 6 parts. So for this first video, we'll just work on this first slide, while in the subsequent videos that I will be posting, we'll then see how the other animations on the other slides were done. And by the end of, so by the last video, at the last video, then I'll put everything together to then form the total video, the final video. Okay, so I'm just going to play this now. All right, so we can see we have text animations coming from the bottom of the screen. We have the phone coming in from the left hand side. We have the logo disappearing at some point, and also we have the click animation. So to get started, I'll switch back to my blank presentation. So the first thing I will add now is my background picture. All right, so to get this, I'm going to switch back to this slide where I have my assets. I already have the background embedded on the slide already. So to get this, I'm just going to right click and then I'll click on save background, and I'll just save this to my pictures. Okay, I already have it saved, but I can just save it again as background picture. So I'll just save this again and replace it. Okay, so I'll switch back to the blank presentation. So to insert that background, I'm going to right click again. I'll click on the side slide, then I right click. I'll click on format background. If we wanted to use a solid fill, we would have just selected any color we wanted. But since we want a picture as our background, we'll click that picture or texture fill. Under picture source, we click on insert. We want to insert from a file, so we'll just click on the picture that we saved and we click on insert. So now we've done the first thing. We have our background already. Okay, so the next thing I want to bring up now is the logo. So I'll switch back. I'll just do a simple copy and paste of the logo. So I'll come back and I'll paste this here. I'll just move it around, so wherever I want. I think it's fine here. Okay, So the next thing we'll start now is our text animation. So to add a text, I'll click on insert, then I click on text box, then I'll just type out what I want. So let me just go back and see. Okay. What I need here is how to sign up on the UBA mobile app. And also to know this video is not in any way affiliated to UBA. I actually saw an explainer video of their app on YouTube where they, they actually did this particular video showing their users how to get onboarded on their app. So I then decided to replicate or rather recreate this video on PowerPoint. Okay, so we are going to type out how to sign up on the UBA mobile app. Okay, so let's quickly type that out. How to sign up on the UBA mobile app. Okay, so I want this to be in 2 paragraphs. So I'm just going to tab down here. I want the first paragraph. The font I want to use for both paragraphs, I want to use Inter as my font. So I'm just going to type Inter here. So I'll most likely get this prompt. Okay, it says the font is not available, but that's fine. Okay, so I want this first paragraph. I want the font size to be 30. Okay. And I want the second paragraph to be a bit bigger just for emphasis purposes on the UBA mobile app text. So I'll make this 32. Okay. So I want everything to be in bold. So I'm just going to select the whole text box and click on this to make it bold. Also, something I want this I want the UBA mobile app text to be in the same red color as we have on the logo. So to do that, I'll select that, then I'll click on the drop down here. I could have just selected any random red color, but since I want the exact red color, then I'll be using the eyedropper tool here. So I'll click on eyedropper and I'll just pick this red color. So now I have the exact red color. So I'll just probably move this a bit. I think this is a good position. So now we'll start with the animation. So to start our animation, we'll select the text. We'll click on animations. Select the text, we click on animations, and we'll click on animation pane. Okay, so you can see we have a whole bunch of animations here. When you click on add animation, you can see that we have entrance animations, we have emphasis animations, we have exit animations, as well as animations that fall under motion parts. But the animation we want to use now is entrance animation. So we want the animation we'll select. The animation we want to use now is the float in animation. You can see we have, if we try the flying animation, it comes in fast, while the floating animation comes in, a bit slower. So this is what we want to use. Also, by default, the floating animation comes in from the bottom of the screen. So when I play this, you can see that everything comes in at once as one paragraph. But we want a situation whereby we'll have the first paragraph come in first, and then the second paragraph comes in just a bit afterwards. So to sort that out, we'll just click on effect options. So you can see by default the direction is of the floating animation comes up. While you can also if this was a situation whereby we wanted it to float down, we could have just changed that from there. You can see how this looks like. So let me just quickly switch back to the floats up direction. Okay, also by default, the sequence comes in as one object, but we want it to come in by paragraph. So we'll just click on by paragraph. So you can see it's one paragraph coming, then the next paragraph comes follows next. But this animation is very slow, so we want it to be a bit faster. So to edit that, we'll just click on the text, and then we'll come to the duration. So under the duration, we'll just reduce the time so we can make the animation faster. So when we reduce the time, so let's make it, let's say 30 here. So let's then see what we have. Let's play this and see. So I think this is fine. All right. So the next thing we want to do now, we'll bring in our phone. So I'll just do a copy of this phone and I'll paste it here. So I'll paste it, I'll move it to, the part of the screen where I want the phone to eventually be in. And just to ensure that the phone is centered, I'll click on picture format. Then on this drop down where we have align objects, I'll click on it and then I click on distribute vertically. So it is vertically aligned. So it's aligned vertically. All right, so the animation we want to use for this phone, we want it to come in from the left, and we want an animation that is quite fast. So we select the phone, we click on animation. So for this animation, we'll use the flying animation. So when we click on flying, so this is how it comes into the screen. By default, the flying animation comes in from the bottom of the screen, but we want it to come in from the left. So while the phone is selected, we'll go to effect options, we click on this drop down and we edit the direction. We want it to come in from the left. So now this is what we have so far. Okay, so what happens in this animation is that at the same time the phone is flying in, this text animation is going to disappear. So what are we going to do now? We'll add a disappear animation to this text animation. So you can see, or rather an exit animation. So we'll use the disappear animation under this category. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have now. Okay, so we want this appear to happen with the previous since it's happening at the same time. So let's see now. Okay, this is good, but we can make it better. We want a situation whereby the text doesn't just disappear as at the time when the phone is just coming in. We want a situation whereby the phone would get to this point and it disappears. So it kind of creates an effect whereby the phone passes the text, and when the phone then leaves where the text is, we no longer see the text. So to achieve something like that, all we need to do is to add a delay to when this disappear animation is going to take place. So under delay, we can just add some few seconds here. So now let's see what happens now. So this is what we want to achieve. So once this text disappears, we'll bring in the second text element. So I'm just going to scroll, switch the tab so I can see what is written. Download the UBA mobile app and select register. Okay, so we'll go back here. All right, so I'm just going to do a copy and paste of the same animation, and then I'll edit it and I'll also show you something. Okay, download the UBA mobile app and select register. Okay, so I want this to be in 3 paragraphs. So I'm just going to tab down and move this down. Okay, and I want the register to also have the same red color as what we have in the logo. So I'll use the eyedropper to select. Oh, sorry, I think I selected the background instead. So let me use it to select. Okay, so this is what we want. So I'll put this text. I'll just put this text in the same position as I had the previous text, because it's going to come in and replace this first text rather. Okay, I do not need the disappear animation for this, so I'm just going to remove this. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Okay, so this looks good. Also, I just want to quickly show you something. So now let's assume I'll do a copy and paste of this. So in case we are trying to animate something on our own. So now let's assume we want this particular, or let me use this second text. Okay, I'll just copy it. I've copied it now. Okay, I've pasted it. Okay, let me just move it up a bit so I can show you what's okay. So let's assume we want to achieve this animation and we want it to be in 3 paragraphs. But let's say in the process of us typing in the text, we so in the process of us typing in the text, we typed it out, and to then form our 3 paragraphs, we oh sorry about that. So let's assume that while we are trying to form the 3 paragraphs, we okay, so let's say while we're trying to form the 3 paragraphs, we just move this instead of moving it, tabbing down, like I said. So when we add the animation to this, if you play this, there's an animation here. Or let me remove this animation. Okay, I've removed the animation, so there's no animation here. So we have this as 3 paragraphs, right? Okay, so now let's add the floating animation. Okay, so let's make the effect options also by paragraph. So you see, when we play this, it's still coming in as one object. So at any point where when you want to make a text to be animated as paragraphs, please do not turn that text into a paragraph by moving it like this. All you need to do is to click on where you want that paragraph, a new paragraph to start, and just move it down. So you can see the second text has been animated as a different one. Then you click on here, you move it down again. And when we play this, you see this is what we have. Okay, so this is just by the way. Okay, so we can continue with our animation now. Okay, so the next thing we want to happen now, we want this phone to scroll up, move up, and at the same time, we want this logo to disappear at the same time. So to achieve that, we select the phone, we click on add animation. So we'll be using a motion path animation now. So let's click on this. So by default, the motion path animation is going to like move down, but we want it to move up. So all you need to do is you select this the red circle here, you select it. It's okay. So just select this, then you hold shift so it stays in one position, and then you move the phone up. You just move it up to any position you want it to get to. So we've gotten this. All right. We can just play and see. When you click, if you want to play from somewhere, just click on this and then you press, you click on play from. So this is what we have. Okay. I can choose to make it, I want it to go sorry, I want it to go up a bit. Let it go up, a little bit more. I think this is fine now. Okay. All right. I can also make it, faster or slower. So let me just leave it as this. Okay, so I want the logo to disappear. So I'll just add under the animation, I'll add a disappear animation, and I want it to happen with the previous animation, and I just want a little bit of delay. I think this should be fine. So let's see what we have done so far. Okay, I don't think I like that delay. I think I'll just take it out. Okay, so the last thing we'll do now is to create that click animation. So I'll switch back, I'll copy this, Control C, then I'll come back here, then I'll do a Control V. All right. Okay. So I can just put this anywhere because at the end of the day, this animation will occur when the phone has already scrolled up. I know I want the click to occur on this button, but the animation will happen when the phone is scrolled up. So I'll just keep it, maybe somewhere around here, but this is something we will definitely edit manually. Okay, so the first thing I will do to achieve that, I want this shape to appear after the logo has disappeared. So I will add an appear animation here, because if I do not add an appear animation, then it's always going to be on this slide, just the way the logo, the UBA logo, doesn't have an appear animation, and it stays on the slide until it then disappears. Okay, so the first thing, I will add an appear animation. Now, to create that click effect, I'll click on add animation. The animation I will use will be the zoom animation. So you can see this is it. I want it to click twice, so I'll use the zoom animation again. So in terms of how it starts, I want this to start okay, I want this to start after the previous, after the logo has disappeared. I want this to start after this shape appears, so I will edit it to start after previous. And I want the second click to happen after the first click animation occurs. So let's just play from here and see what we have. Okay, so that is it. So you can see the all I just need to do is to move this down a bit so that it's it happens at this point. Okay, so let me just move this down. Okay, so let's see again from here. So this bit will just probably be done manually. So we probably need to move it down again. Okay, I'll play from here. So let's see. Okay, so I think we've gotten that. So let me play everything again from the beginning. All right, guys. So we've gotten to the end of the first episode of this 6-part video. I hope you enjoyed what you learned, or rather what I showed you. So please do not forget to drop your comments, likes. Also, please subscribe to my channel as well. And also, you can put on your notification so that you can get notified at any point when I drop my videos, because I'm going to be dropping lots of exciting and cool animations. So just to end the video, this is the next so just to end the video, this is what we'll be looking at in the second video. So I'm going to play this now so you can see. All right, so this is what we'll work on in the second tutorial. So thank you once again for watching this video, and please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and also leave comments. If you have any questions, you can drop you can drop a comment, and I will try to answer them. And also, do not forget to put on your notification so you get notified whenever I drop new videos. So thank you once again.